half nap time. Hacking the Matrix is a full-time job, so sometimes I don't get sleep. Sometimes I have to sleep during the day, sometimes I have to sleep during the night. This is also part of what breaks the Matrix, is I do things when they need done, not when it's day or night. When it needs done. This is how they have controlled people with light and night. People have no idea the depth of the illusion that you're under. The Lord's Prayer. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Which means we shouldn't need SNAP benefits. We shouldn't need the government. We shouldn't need the false crown. We shouldn't need law enforcement, right? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He leadeth me beside still waters, by our tuning fork, when we come into alignment. The Vatican and religious leaders, the Illuminati, the Masonites, the elites, they have all cooked up a plan and little old me ruined it. Why? Because I can't. Why? I'm from the lineage of King Solomon and Enoch. I have things that I know that they were trying to take, but you can't take that from me. So I put an action behind that. And I did some things with the knowledge that I know. Masonite temples, they belong to me. That's my initial. That G, that's mine. I own you. Who do you think you're playing? Not playing me. And you know it. You know one got away. You know one got away. You were harvesting souls. And that's over with. Why? Because the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restores my soul. People altered it. The rod and the staff that comforts me, the rod is not what people think it is. The tuning fork. The staff, that's the magic wand, like in the tarot card deck. It's the wand. I am the wand as well. How do I know these things? From King Solomon's bloodlines, from Enoch's bloodlines. I know some things. The Masonites and the Illuminati, government, nobody. Not even God. Well, I'm sure he could undo what I did, but would he want to? I don't think he does. I think he's quite pleased with my actions. Otherwise, why would I be taking I'm on a break for a nap in the middle of the day? If he was displeased, I would be out doing things like everybody else. Why? Because he would think I needed to, continue working to know. To learn lessons. It's not that I don't have more lessons to learn. It's that I need a nap from all the lessons I have learned. Because I'm applying myself 24/7. While other people are living normal lives. Other people are socializing. They're doing things like the rest of society. If you went and fit in with the herd of sheeple, you went the wrong way. If you went with the crowd, you went the wrong way. I had to go my own way, solo. No help, except from God. He made things happen for me. And it's not the God that the Vatican has everybody praying to. Everything was rearranged. They are praying to the devil. They are giving him power because they were going to jailbreak him. If I had not done what I had done, all sorts of evil, evil was already starting to be loosed on the planet. Everybody's seeing the shadows. If I had not done what I did, we would be in a shitstorm right now. The government is wondering why AI hasn't attacked us. Why? I own that too, turns out. Why? It's in my fucking bloodlines. And I know this. I don't need other people to know it. I don't need a group of followers to validate that. But what other people need is for me to validate them. The things you think you're seeing, you're seeing. We are supposed to be at home where it's safe because the shadow storm is going to overtake all the evil and suck it back down to hell where it belongs. And the rest of us need to be having our heads down, being safe at home, safe in our village, safe with nature. Notice these things are in the cities, they're in the towns. And lions, tigers, and bears are entering into towns to help with the cleanup. If you don't believe me, give it some time. Get out of the city. It does not matter if you don't have a home out in the forest. Build one. Build one. Because what's coming next, you don't want to be there for. How do I know this? I've seen this before. So if people don't want to believe me, don't. I don't care. It's no skin off my back. I took care of my town. I am taking care of my town. And I will be taking care of my town. Who let us down was the exact people who were supposed to be our life preserver. What do you know? They've been playing with sorcery. How do I know? I was alerted. Why would God send me notification of a soul deal? I don't know who in the White House made a devil deal, but I think I know. I watched him put a crown on his son thinking he was going to be some royalty. That's not how it works. And you know it. You might have the rest of society fooled, but I absolutely know what's going on in you. I absolutely know. So people need to realize, like, there's an unveiling right now that is supposed to happen. This is supposed to happen. Stop being afraid. Take note and go somewhere safe. Stop trying to make hell your safe zone. Get out of the city. Get to a place where the forest can provide. If you're not where the forest can provide, who's going to provide for you? Because the government won't be able to. Notice all the food in the store is rotting. It's because it's fake. That's because the illusion is coming off of everything, including the food. The illusion that they have painted on things is melting away. Be careful what you're eating from the grocery store. It's all potentially poison. In my mind, it is. It did not come from nature. It did not come from the forest. It's poison. If it came through a factory, it's been contaminated. Somebody made sure of that. Because it's the government's job to kill us, not help us. That's what they think they're here for. I'm here for a different purpose. And this is why they took away everybody's purpose in life. They didn't want you to know you had a purpose in life. Why? Because they didn't want this day to come. They thought they would have me fooled, but I'm the Lone Ranger. I don't mind being alone. In fact, I kind of prefer it. A little company once in a while would be great, but if people are going to bring their demons and their dark side, then I'm better off alone. So wake up, people. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. This girl shut it all down. Why? Because it can. And it's in the prophecies. A woman does it, not a man. The Vatican has you fooled on purpose so that you wouldn't see me coming. They didn't see me coming. Masonites didn't see, like, they kind of did, but who knew it'd be me? Understand this. False construct comes down step out of the way, or you receive their karmic shrapnel, because it's going to be explosive once things finally start to tumble. Jesus said, tear the temple down, I'll rebuild it in 3 days. Is that not what happened? Nothing gets rebuilt in 3 days in today's world. Why? Because everybody is under a parasitic illusion. Parasitic overlays are on top of everything. And so as that melts away, people start to see the reality of things. And the reality is painful because we've landed ourselves in a place where we don't know how to get out of that. But fortunately, I think I do. This is why knowledge was instilled in me. This is why they want to take people's junk DNA. They don't want the key to open the gate for everybody else. Too late. I already did that. Just nobody knows they're free. So by all means, go take the rims off of the Elite's tires, off the car, and sell it back to them. That's what they're doing to us. They're taking our energy and selling it back to us. How do I know? I stopped participating. I live in the mountains of Montana. I made sure that I wouldn't have to pay into the system of things so that I could heal myself, so that I could turn things around for at least myself. But who knew by turning it around for myself that it would affect the entire planet? Who knew? The angel statue that they found in Russia, buried in the sand, that's me. And I know it. I knew it when they pulled it from the dirt. I had very specific memories that are absolutely real. You can't lie to me. Like, they can tell me all sorts of things, but I am absolutely not inclined to believe people right now. Why? Because my own knowledge is what's been true the whole fucking time, while everybody else is spinning a web of lies. I've been spinning a web of truth, and that counteracts the lies. Every truth I drop for other people breaks the current reality. So, if you have truths to start dropping, do that. Do it online. Go out and about. Do it with people, because it wakes people up. It breaks the illusion. We're not supposed to eat apples, by the way. We're supposed to forage from the ground. Plants, moss, mushrooms. Mother Nature gives us what we need for a reason. Because humans, who you know to be humans, cannot be trusted, because not all of them are humans. Some of them are parasites. The representation of the reptilians is quite correct. However, they look like they're humans on the outside until, like the celebrities, they suck them dry. And that person gets very gaunt. And then they die. Why? Because they figured out the cure. And the parasites don't win this war. So, start looking at the illusions. Stop dancing with the devil already and get out of the city. Because anything wrapped in pavement is bad news right now. None of it should be up. None of it should be standing. None of it. We are supposed to be living a simple life in the forest, not living like kings. And so the ones that are living like kings right now, they're going down. It's the inversion. As above, so below. I'm going to the above. Fuck those people. They made life hell for everybody else on purpose. And so I absolutely do not regret anything I've done to obtain this knowledge and to utilize it in a correct way. So, Masonites, Illuminati, I own your ass. I need some jackfruit. Bring me some fruit. And while you're at it, I need some firewood carried in. Next time I see your guy drive by, have him stop. I need some things. And turns out it's going to be on your dime. You owe me. A lot of people owe me right now. Starting with the Masonites, the Illuminati, the elites, and our friendly, not so government officials. It's all getting shut down. Doctors, like all of it. The justice system, it's all fake. It's all cops and robbers. It's little boys dressed in a grown-up body, pretending they're human, going out and inflicting other people. And no, not everybody on the police force, not every doctor is like that. No. But the ones at the top are. The ones running the show are. The ones controlling everything are. They're demonic. They have demonic entities. Look at how Donald Trump is clinging to the cross all of a sudden. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you better be praying, because you're in some trouble, bud. Feel the dogs barking at the door? Guess you should have been better at things. The hellhounds are coming for those people. Get out of the city. Get away from Donald Trump. Get away from the elites. Get away from that celebrity style of things. Or the hellhounds will come for you too. How do I know these things? It's happened before, and people are already seeing these things. They're seeing them. If you don't believe it, that's because you're still in the illusion. It's not actually anything to be afraid of unless you're doing something that would cause a hellhound to come get you. And if you're not living in alignment, then you are. And if the hellhounds come for you, there's nothing I can do. You made your choices. That's called free will. When you exercise free will, then you have to take accountability. And this is why people don't want to make decisions for themselves. This is why there is even a government, because people don't want to make decisions for themselves. They want somebody else to be accountable. They want things handed to them. This is not the way anymore. We will be going out and getting things ourselves, which is why I need a nap. I'm going to need my tuning fork sharpened so that I can hear what's good for me and what's not. Our pituitary gland and our pineal gland, they've been giving us things to crystallize it for a very long time. And then they've been experimenting behind closed doors with that science. They've been experimenting on people. That's the MK Ultra. Like, all of that traces back to the Illuminati and the Masonites and the elites. Trying to play God. Where are their elites? China, Russia, America. Pick a continent. And now, like, this is why Donald Trump is interested in Greenland. There's energy there that he wants to mine. And it's not happening. I won't allow it. So whatever station they're trying to set up, it's supposed to be like CERN, where they continue mining energy from people. It's not happening. I shut it down. It's only a matter of time before everybody gets the fucking message. I'm not trying to be rich and famous. I actually don't want to be that. I want to go out to the forest and live my life naturally. I have the right to do so. And anybody that tries to stop me, you better have God on your side. You better make sure you're praying to God and not the devil, because the Vatican has religion all twisted. Where do you think the Bible came from? The Vatican. Where do you think all churches derive from especially on American soil? The Vatican. Roman Catholicism. That's who created religion. That's who went around to all of the indigenous peoples back in the day and shut down all of their prophecies and the things that they were keeping up with. The ancient information. They shut it down. Why? Because the devil is a roaring lion, roaming the planet, seeking whom he may devour. But he's wearing a cross, like the Vatican. Anything cloaked in gold and fine robes is a lie. Anything dressed in extra nice clothes, that's a lie. Jesus was a homeless man who walked barefoot. The sandals were homemade. And so they tell people the Good Samaritan story so that, as well as the Christian martyrdom, it's the gladiator games just with technology. Does anybody understand that? The gladiator games have continued on through a screen. They found a way to do that. And I'm ending it. It's gone. It's going away. I'm pulling the plug. And I feel bad for the people that aren't equipped for life after that, but it's actually not a me problem. What is a me problem is teaching people how to survive without all of that. So, I guess you'll have to stay tuned into my videos. Money is going away. Why? Because that's what's funding evil on the planet. That's what funded Caesar. That's what continues to fund all of the corruption on the planet. It has to go away. I don't have bad feelings against money. I have bad feelings against the people using it as a tool to control society and make lives hell. And I decided I'm just not having it anymore. So, the Masonites and the Illuminati, they didn't have to hand me the key. I am the key. Everything was inside of me. And so other people that are on that same path, if you don't believe it, I am proof that it is true. So drop all normal construct, neurotypical beliefs, and start opening your mind. Because the unthinkable is about to happen. And I don't mean that as a fear tactic. I mean that as old things fall away. The corruption falls away. And new earth begins. The only way we do that is if we start cleaning up the planet. One little bit at a time. Anywhere you start, it's a good start. Not starting is a bad idea. Hell has come to breakfast. And breakfast is being served all fucking day. A lot of the metaphors people were told wrong so that you never learned how to apply that. The dragons, the snakes, it starts with the parasites in the body. They are attached on a soul level. Your soul came into this body with entities hunting you because they knew that you're of specific bloodlines. And it was their job to take you out while you thought your job was going into McDonald's. While you thought your job was cashiering, while you thought your job was this or that, your job is actually more important than that. So understand this. I realize it's confusing because we're still coming out of the illusion. As things fall away, it becomes more simple. At the same time, it becomes more difficult because that means manual labor. That means cooking your coffee over a fire. That means going to gather your herbs and your food from the forest. That means all weaponry goes away, so I hope you have some fishing skills. However, all of our fish is contaminated, so cook it well. Stop eating sushi. That's the lie that China put on people, including its own people. Why? They want them sick. Why? They need less people so that they have more room for their robots. Why? They actually plan to pump souls into those robots. That's what's powering AI right now. Soul energy that they've mined and harvested, doing Enoch and King Solomon magic. If you don't believe it exists, again, that's not a me problem. What is a me problem is I need the other half of my sleep. Person needs 8 hours of sleep. Whenever you get that, doesn't matter, so long as you get that. What they're doing is depriving people of what they need to keep you on the hamster wheel. And then they give you treats for riding the hamster wheel. God's got a better plan than that. Have some faith and jump off the hamster wheel. Because the circus ride, the hamster ride, that wheel, that's getting shut down. It's better to not be on it when it does. So I'm just warning people, get off the circus ride. Because the circus is going away. So that we can all live a real life. Not this imitation shit. Imitation. Mimic. Illusion. Illuminati. It all connects. If people don't see the connection, then they don't understand. But it's not for everybody to see the connection. For some people, it's just about having faith, which is exactly what I did. I had to take a leap of faith. And so if you never take that leap of faith, you never find out. And if you never find out, that's actually on you. You are now accountable for your own choices. We all are. God left the building a while ago. Why? Because humans could no longer hear him. Because of the parasitic overlays. Until we get rid of the parasitic overlays, people are going to be blocked. Except for the ones in alignment. And it is our job to help other people get into alignment. And if you're taking cash money for this job, then you are not in alignment. You are working for Caesar. And Caesar's reign ends. That's what this is all about. What the awakening process is all about is shutting all of that down. So if you are on the awakening path, recognize what you're not supposed to participate in. Everybody is participating in things they're not supposed to. Going to the gym, working out, it's the ego you're feeding. If you are feeding your ego in any way, you're feeding the parasites, you're feeding the system. And you will be eliminated along with them. It's a warning. People need to recognize you can't serve God and the devil at the same time. You can only have one master. Who are you serving today? Are you feeding your ego? Are you feeding corruption? Are you feeding the system? We're supposed to feed children, not the system. Our tax dollars are not supposed to go to government officials. It's supposed to go to children. All of it. It's supposed to go to the children and the people who cannot fend for themselves. And we have a broken society that has to be put back together before we can become functional. I have a plan for that if people get on board. But if you're still buying into the illusion, you're not on board with God. You're not in alignment. Step out of the illusion. Government, corporations, elites, like, you're all getting repurposed. You can either align with your purpose or you will be recycled in some form. It's not a me decision. I'm just the conductor. So, welcome to the new music of New Earth. That's where we're going. You want to get raptured away? It's going to happen. Give it time. Give it time. Celebrities are dying for a reason, because they are old construct. You see some of them panicking. Boy, I'll bet Jim Carrey is ready for the ride to be over. I'll bet a few others are ready for the ride to be over. So understand this: when you're participating in normal society construct, it's a scam to keep you connected with evil, with the dark side, with the shadows, with the devil. The devil was a golden child, and he abused his power. Anybody abusing their power will be taken down. If I abuse my power, I will be taken down. It's about the direct connect. We're not supposed to be doing the bypass. That's a spiritual bypass to talk to Jesus. God handles the paperwork. If you're not talking to God, he's not getting the message. Jesus is off preparing a better place for the rest of us, right? So our prayers never should have been going to him. He is busy building new construct for the rest of the souls. And so the Vatican, the Romans, Roman Catholicism, it has everything skewed on purpose so that you never talk to God himself. And so when you think mentally and imagine talking to the God of church, you're actually talking to the devil. You're making a phone call to that guy. I'm like, hey, I have needs. And he's like, yeah, I'll help you with that. Because he's evil. And then you feel relieved until things don't happen the way they were supposed to, right? Understand this. This is why society is sideways right now. All of it. Remove yourself from normal construct. Remove yourself from current construct. Because it's all coming down. It's getting disassembled. It's already begun. If you don't believe me, look at what's already been disassembled. Did I do it? Did God do it? Who cares? It's being done. Nobody actually cares who did it, so long as it gets done, right? Nobody wants to clean up the spilt milk. They don't care, especially if someone else did that. Nobody cares, so long as somebody did that, right? Christians were not willing to take the same accountability for their actions that I am. Other people are not trying to take any accountability for their actions. I see this. I see it in my own relatives. And until that accountability, until you step on the carpet and take that accountability with God, you're not in alignment. And when you get raptured out of here, you're not going where you think you're going. Trust me. I'm positive. Because I did the science. I did the research. I went beyond the Bible to other things that had honest information, or at least led me to honest information. So realize that you've been breadcrumbed, Hansel and Gretel style, the wrong way. You're eating candy, you're eating processed foods, you're taking what has been handed to you instead of figuring it out. And until people start to figure it out, nothing better happens. If I'm alone in figuring it out, so be it. I guess that's the way it goes. I'm not going to continue to worry myself with humanity. What I'm going to worry myself with is surviving. Because I'm an apocalypse survivor. That's how it goes. It's in my bloodlines. It's my purpose. And so until people are living their purpose, they're not going to get it. So align. Start living your purpose. All the things they said were not true are true. Mythology is more real than the biblical information you've been fed. You can pull the information from the Bible yourself, or you can learn how to decode it. The way I did. School of Hard Knocks. There's other people doing what I did. I don't know how many were successful. We're not in contact. But I know that we are all working towards a common goal. Those of us that are trying to be in alignment. And those that are not even trying to be in alignment, you too will fall away and cease to exist. That is free will. That is your choice. I'm not here to make that choice for you. I'm here to give you information so that you can now make informed decisions, because that's not what was happening. And that is exactly what kept people recycling through shit. This is the lifetime in which you understand that everything that happened to you was meant to wake you up. It is not meant to be emotionally attached to. It is information that leads you to past life information. And this information leads you back to your original blueprint. And it will alter your DNA as you go gradually. If you do it all at once, your body would break. Going out and getting into the imagination play of a caveman. Going out and getting into the imagination play of your ancestors opens your DNA up, wakes it up on a cellular level. Doctors and scientists don't want you to know that's true, because that would put them out of business. They'd no longer get the funding. Then all of us have the science and they no longer have the lab. So let's do that. Why not? Why should they get to have all the fun? Nature is the magic in everything. And these are the things Jesus tried to point out to people, but they misinterpreted what he was saying. But someone like me that lives up in the forest and understands things on a different level, I understand him on a different level. When you're thinking materialistic, that's a bottom feeder. But when you're thinking on a soul level, things get deep. And what's happened is people don't want to go that deep because it scares them. Well, learn how to be not afraid. If you believe in Jesus, why did you not put your faith in him? Why are you still trying to make yourself comfortable in hell? That's the question. Churches come down. They've been lying to people, not knowingly. It's generational training. That's coming undone. So understand this. all the things you thought did not exist absolutely does. And if you don't prepare yourself, it absolutely will break your brain. So, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I know my information scares people. It scared me too. But New Earth construct, spring in the middle of winter? Who knew? That's because everything changes. From here on out, everything changes. So get out of the city and focus on yourself. You cannot save your neighbor. Your neighbor has to save themselves. They have to choose that. You can give them all the information that you want to give them. But at the end of the day, free will means they can choose to die. They have the right. This is free will. So the corrupt leaders, you want to continue acting the way you're acting. You want to stay out of alignment. That's on you. You want to fake alignment, pretend to love Jesus all of a sudden, when that was really never a part of your vocabulary. Denial, that was a part of your vocabulary. Deny, deny, deny. When people start to own their shit, that's when changes come. The elites aren't going to do that. Why? Because that would break people out of the illusion of their power that doesn't actually exist. They have no more power. It's been turned off. So I'm guessing somebody's mad at me, but I actually don't care. Too tired to care. This was a big job to pull off. Who knew I could do it? Nobody else was trying to know. Nobody cares what I do. Except for who? The ones trying to stop me. The matrix of things is real. However, you don't see it. It's an energy. Not everybody is meant to see it. Some people are key players, which means their DNA is the key that opens the vault or the gate for everybody else. An energetic portal that releases the proper energy on the planet through the ley lines, through the grid lines. However, they've mined all of that. They've rearranged everything. So new ley lines have to be set, which has already happened. People were not paying attention. You were counting your money, watching porn, watching a movie, showing up for a job, doing other things. While some of us, were focused on these things. And the more others of us focused on these things, the more it brought things to life. So belief is powerful. If you keep believing the illusion, you give the illusion power. Stop believing the illusion. It's better to believe in nothing than to believe in a lie. So understand this. It's time to sit down and comb through your belief system because it was constructed off of a lie. Reconstruct, reframe what you do believe. Sort the lies. If you have to have things handed to you, then on a soul level, you haven't earned the next level. You would need somebody else to help you get through the next level of things. And so if you're not willing to do your own footwork, your own information, knowledge check, other people can't do that for you. I don't know what's in your head, and I do not want to be a mind reader. I do not want to know what's going on in the minds of other people. Being an empath, I already saw what's going on in the minds of other people, which is why I stay away from people. I don't want that toxic energy on me. Stay away from my own family. They're toxic. potentially they suck the life out of everybody around them. It's a possibility. And I don't want any part. I'm not trying to be that guy. I would rather bring life than take life. And that's what a woman is supposed to do. Be the creator. Bring life. Not just in children, but in nature around them. And humans have failed at that because they have been removed from their natural instincts. Humans are just figuring it out. The best way to figure it out is through your own experiences instead of word of mouth. So go out and have your own experience and stop feeling guilt and shame for leaving the illusion behind, because that is another trap. Anything that uses your emotions against you is a trap. If they're using your love against you, it's a trap. If they're using your pain against you, it's a trap. Pull yourself out. Recognize there's a spider web of energy around us. This is how God knows what's happening. The strings on the web get pulled. They're utilizing CERN and technology to alter everything. The illusion is cracking. So do the science to stay grounded. And when that becomes too much, go outside and play. It's easy, simple. Look, we have spring again. In December. Happy birthday, me. I knew I'd do something great by the time I was 48. I just didn't know what. Bringing spring, for me, that makes me happy. And what I noticed is nature loves it when I'm happy, because I emit really good energy when I'm happy, which is why the government needed me unhappy, because they wanted me to destroy my surroundings. They wanted me to be destructive because they are destructive. They're the energy behind the destruction. So, okay, they can go destroy themselves. I'm going to take a nap. Have a good day.